The Conjuring House is by far one of the most well-known paranormal locations on the planet, and they've made some very controversial decisions as of late, and we're going to be checking out a video from Mythos Paranormal to see if it is simply strange. So, the video posted by Mythos is, "The Conjuring House, is it time to shut it down?" And this does come after some very odd Facebook posts made obviously by the owners of the Conjuring House, but obviously the most recent thing to come out of the Conjuring House was from Sam and Colby's Conjuring series, where where Cody and Satori were brought into the mix, and that was a huge thing. But let's take a little look at the recent posts and just see how chaotic and toxic this place has become.
Ooh, after reading some of these comments, she's put her foot in it again, hasn't she? So yeah, it's been a while since we've had a Conjuring House update. And that's the thing about the Conjuring House. It's got movies based on it. All these stories, history and lore. This place could be amazing. I think it's either time just to shut it down or have a fresh start. If you go and look up 30 East Drive in the UK, that is booked out every night. Here's some advice for this place. Stop charging ridiculous prices.
By the way, to go to the Conjuring House now, the price that you have to pay, the fee of entry, is $1,500 per person. If you wanted to take a group of 4, that's what, $6,000 just to get in. $6,000 for one night to investigate there. Absurd amounts of money
per night, and it will fill out every single night over the year. Jackie, step aside. Be the owner, but get a manager.
Yeah, Jackie is the owner, for anyone that doesn't know. Jacqueline Nunez, I believe it is.
This post just proves that the lady needs one. This is insane. Get someone who genuinely loves the lore and history and place, and let them run it. Just like the old owner, Corey. He was passionate about this place. It's just actually a shame that he sold it, to be honest. But some quick advice there, no one will probably take. Let's get into this Conjuring House update. So we're just on their Facebook page. Let's just go down to this post. Here we go. So, happy July, everyone. I am hearing about a lot of hateful rumbling from people who are not in the Conjuring House supportive moods by the sound of it. As you may know, the Conjuring House is the most famous haunted location in the world. We attract hundreds of people from around the globe per month to Berryville, Rhode Island to partake in one of our fucking experiences.
First of all, right, the F word is used so frequently. You can hear the venom in the post, right? Obviously, there's no need for this, right? Straight off the bat. There's no need for that to be in the sentence, but she's clearly so upset and keyboard furiously typing to the point where her keyboard is probably about to blow up.
What? What did I just read? Was there any need in saying it like that?
Exactly.
Weird. I am told that some members of the paranormal community and government officials keep attacking the Conjuring House. Ooh, government officials. There are many wonderful paranormal investigators and honest government people who have consistently supported the paranormal field. Many members of the paranormal community have commended the expansion of experiences at the Conjuring House to broaden the interest in paranormal activity. That demonstrates the continuity of consciousness. Yeah, like things like camping out in the woods and stuff. I have heard a lot of people saying that's silly, to be fair. As to others, whatever. We really do.
This is a full-grown woman writing this, by the way. This is a full-grown woman, not a child, not a teenager with an attitude problem, a full-grown woman, a business owner, by the way, a business owner.
Do not care about people who abuse and attack people. We consider them evil and wicked people.
Wow.
In fact, we never want any person with these personality afflictions to visit us at the Conjuring House. So, if you're among the wicked mood personality challenged, then stay away. This is exactly what I was just saying at the start. This person needs a manager. We now have the kindest, hard-working people with positive outlooks on our staff. Our all-new staff with a couple of previous staff consists of all those people there. Our reviews are reflecting the great energy of our invigorated staff.
Now, I have no doubt that the staff that work at the Conjuring House are, you know, fantastic people and passionate about the place. They're not the issue. They're not. I mean, obviously, Cody and Satori left very recently after all of the controversy. It might have been a jump before you get pushed kind of situation, because obviously there was such huge controversy around those two, whether they were real, whether they were fake, whatever the outcome may have been. But, you know, it probably didn't look good for business, and it probably didn't help for business. So Jacqueline was just like, get out the door. And then, you know, they've brought in some new staff and, you know, kept some of the older staff that probably weren't as controversial and weren't bringing the company into disrepute.
There are always going to be growing pains when you start or take over a business. I am not apologetic that I needed to turn over the first wave of the Conjuring House staff. Among the reasons for the dismissal of these people were cruel and hateful verbal abuse towards others, and suspecting that some staff were fraudulent in their investigative methods.
Are they talking about Cody and Satori there?
I will never be defeated or destroyed now or at any time in the fucking future.
She's so pissed.
So fucking be it. What am I reading? I appreciate the township of Burryville, Rhode Island for their support and guidance. They have helped the Conjuring House to grow its business and attract tourists from around the world since I bought the property and the business in May of 2022. As always, we welcome any and all paranormal curious and paranormal enthusiasts and seasoned paranormal investigators to our location, except hateful, wicked, evil mood personality challenged people. We continue to be thrilled with the people visiting us from around the globe. Every day we meet people who have travelled far and wide with anticipation to have an authentic paranormal experience. We look forward to hosting all of the good and morally upright people, because the world is filled with such people much more than the hateful, wicked and low density people that should look in the mirror rather than rage at the people, animals, communities and habitats surrounding them.
That's quite an ironic statement, isn't it? It's a bit like, you know, wishy-washy, and it's a bit like, who is the person that you're describing right now? Well, it's you. Let's be real. It's you. Like, you are the person that's clearly full of rage, full of anger, full of hatred towards a specific community that you're trying to call out. And you're upset because these people are exposing your business and it's harming your bookings, your revenue, your $1,500 per person to enter. Extortion, by the way. That is extortion. Like, one night, people. One night. Who pays $1,500? Like, you could probably go find an Airbnb with some kind of haunted history. That's what most YouTubers go and do these days. Just go and do something like that. You don't need the Conjuring House. Yes, it's iconic, right? But it's been changed. It's not the same iconic place from the movies. They tried to keep it all the same, and they tried to keep this narrative running about it, but at the end of the day, it's just a house. It's just a house.
This post is directed at specific people in the United States and elsewhere who I am told are abusing and attacking people for no fucking reason other than to terrify them from continuing their interest in the continuity of consciousness, i.e. paranormal activity. The state of Rhode Island has defended its business that have come under attack from wicked and evil forces to curtail their freedom of expression. Rhode Island was founded by Roger Williamson in 1636, and he espoused freedom of expression and freedom to practice your personal beliefs regarding the laws of the cosmos. I am told by the state of Rhode Island and the township of Burryville that they will continue to protect and defend the Conjuring House from the people who are trying to hurt our business. And to that, the Conjuring House remains eternally grateful to Rhode Island, Burryville and every other town and community that supports freedom of expression for their residents and their businesses. Wow. I mean, what was that? What was that? Let's look at the comments. Yikes.
Wow, it seems like you might want to practice some of your kindness that you're preaching. Ouch. This is by the way, this post has backfired so severely. The level of support is completely overshadowed by the level of people that are like seeing this for what it actually is, which is, you know, Jackie getting clearly upset, clearly pissed off at people who are calling her out or like, you know, attacking her business, when in actuality, like, you know, it comes warranted. You know, it's a cash grab at the end of the day. I don't think Jackie is truly in this for the support of the paranormal or to try and further the paranormal field. She's in this to support the furthering of her bank account and her purse. Like, that's just a fact. Do you know what I mean? Like, if it wasn't the case, there wouldn't be this extremely high entry fee. You'd make it affordable. You'd make it so that anybody could come. You wouldn't make it so that only, like, you know, YouTube royalty like Sam and Colby can come along. It's just not the case, is it?
Paranormal reality TV. Wow, seems like you might want to practice some of that kindness you were preaching. Ouch. That is so true. Just like the previous statement that was put out, it was very hypocritical. Claiming hate and slander and all that while hating and slandering on others. Talking shit about the previous staff there. Glad to get rid of them and get new ones and stuff. For a start, the staff members I can think of, Corey and his daughter, very passionate people about that place and loved the place. Reed, who worked there, he had a paranormal group or worked with one as well. I've seen videos of him going out on investigations. He absolutely was passionate about the paranormal, loved to be at that place. So I cannot imagine these people saying anything bad at all about the Conjuring house because they loved working there. I just don't know where that's coming from, you know, talking shit about them. And about the paranormal couple, admitting now you are suspecting that they were frauds.
I mean, let's bear in mind... Oh.
What was that about when you were talking shit about me for outing them? Huh?
Let's not forget, yeah, like Mythos just said there, Jackie was one of the first people to jump on the defensive because, of course, Cody and Satori, the paranormal couple, Satori being the daughter of Jason Hawes, the Jason Hawes paranormal investigator, who is known to be one of the most legit TV paranormal investigators during a time of alleged fake paranormal shows like Ghost Adventures and stuff like this. It really, it's very contradicting now to kind of jump on that hate bandwagon. Like, if you're going to say something, at least stand by what you say.
Unbelievable. Madison Rainey says, "This is so distasteful and I am truly at a loss for words here." Yep. To see such a magical historical property be treated and represented like this is tragic, to say the least. That is so true. To be represented like this, unbelievable. It is a shame that there are so many of us who have devoted years of love, support and energy for it to be represented like this. Whatever happened to visiting the house with respect? Well said, Madison.
The only way you can visit the house now is with fat paychecks.
Is this really what the spirits would want? Things aren't always the way they seem, I guess. This house is truly something special and will speak for itself and its history. There are so many of us here in the paranormal community that share our research and findings from a passion and always output honesty and integrity. I will always forever hold on to my memories I made there and my connections that I've made. Actions speak louder than words. The truth will always prevail. Barbara says, "This is such a shame. I'm appalled at the business owner's rhetoric and unprofessionalism. The issue wasn't the former staff, but the exorbitant pricing." Ooh, yep, that is so true. Like I said at the start, change your pricing and that place will fill out every night. The house could stand on its own merits and attract seasoned and new investigators alike. Its reputation preceded this current owner's greed-fed business practices. This is another example of widespread paranormal drama that unfortunately exists and permeates the industry. Very true.
Now, I won't lie, the paranormal, I was obviously involved with it a little while ago. It started out fun. It was, you know, lighthearted. It was, you know, serious at times when it needed to be. But it became so toxic. It was just us versus them. It was, I hate you and you hate me. And it was like, you know, just shit throwing and discrediting everyone. And everyone was against each other. And it was like having to tear down people to promote yourself, and it was just crazy. And I go on Twitter, and I still follow a few paranormal teams from my time doing the paranormal stuff, and I see it still to this day. Like, the smaller teams feel that it's necessary to act like that to get known. Like, I see teams with, like, you know, a couple of thousand subscribers on YouTube attacking huge teams to try and get, you know, because that controversy, attacking those big names gets you noticed, all right? And the louder you bark, the bigger the audience that looks your way. So, you know, you don't grow in the paranormal anymore as a paranormal team or investigative team by being genuine, being good, being, you know, authentic, because you don't get noticed that way, and people have noticed this. You grow through shit slinging at other people and, you know, using their names and titles, for example, and trying to collaborate with them and all the rest of it. It's just an absolute mess. And I am so glad that I've moved away from that, and I can just sit back and watch it from the outside in and not be involved in that anymore, because it is just, my life got so much better for it. Truly it did. It was just chaos and toxic.
Lisa says, I am appalled. Incredibly sad to see this post from the owner. I'm an investigator from SC who had hoped to travel there, but not under this owner. I'm not exactly sure what caused this, but the energy certainly isn't what needs to be projected into this beautiful house. Just my simple opinion, do better to unify the paranormal field. Careful, Lisa, you're not allowed an opinion over there.
This is exactly what the issue is people are so opinionated to the point where your opinion becomes irrelevant and you're not allowed one. And this is the issue, especially with somewhere like the Conjuring house. If you speak your opinion, whether it be especially negative, and it brings bad business, you're gonna get chucked out. You're gonna get, like, just cast aside. You need to fit the norms. You need to, you know, behave in a certain way. You can't go around being a paranormal investigator anymore like what Twin Paranormal do. Though it does work for them, but, you know, they go around high energy. That's frowned upon because it's not a positive way to be. It's not a professional manner to conduct an investigation, something so serious. No, just inject a bit of fun. Those guys enjoy having fun. Who fucking cares? It's their content. People watch it because they like looking at the serious aspect of the ghost hunting alongside the light-hearted humour of the boys. You know, it's just... But that's not allowed anymore. That's frowned upon by other people, and it's like, you know, you got torn to shreds by certain channels and parts of a community for that, and it's like, lighten up, have a good time, let your hair down a bit.
Raven says, I'm not even picking these comments just to, like, be funny or mean. These are genuinely just the top comments. Unbelievable. So Raven says, what in the hell did I just read? This is so heartbreaking. The former staff was the absolute best you could ever had at that. That's what I've already covered. Without reading Raven's comments, that's what I've said. They loved the place and were passionate about it. And the serious unprofessionalism of this is proof as to why they all left. That's the thing. She's saying dismissal. Raven here is speculating that they left.
I bet it wasn't dismissal. I bet it wasn't. They just didn't like the new, you know, business model. Because it is a business model. It's not a passion project anymore. It's a business. You know, everyone's got to make money, by the way. Like, I'm not shitting on that. Everyone's got to make money. But there's a certain way you do it. Like, you know, it's like a YouTuber, right? Like Mr. Beast. Biggest YouTuber on the planet. You know, biggest haunted house on the planet. You know, everybody watches him. Everybody loves it. Everyone watched the Conjuring movies. Everyone loved it. And they're intrigued about Jimmy, Mr. Beast. They're intrigued about the house, the Conjuring house. They want to go and see it for themselves. Mr. Beast wants to provide, you know, behind-the-scenes content behind a paywall on memberships. But then Mr. Beast decides, well, you've got to pay $1,000 to see the behind-the-scenes stuff. It's the exact same. People are going to be like, well, I can't afford that. I can't go and do that. You've just completely, like, you're capitalising on, you know, us as an audience. Yes, you've got to make money, but, you know, you're going to get tenfold what you get, and it's going to be like, it's going to be a better, you know, goodwill kind of thing to have a lower price. It's just, it doesn't make any sense.
I wonder what's true. I truly feel for the spirits that reside in that beautiful house. The Conjuring house needs a serious cleansing for a new owner because it deserves much better than this. And that's the thing about the spirits, okay, guys? Let's just say they are spirits there, which I have always believed. Now that we've found out that the toe tappers were toe tapping and not genuinely speaking to that spirit, if the spirit was there of that lady, she will be like, what the hell are you guys doing? I'm over here. I'm not talking to them over there knocking. And if the spirits are there, watching all of this go down, logging onto the internet and reading this, they will be appalled. Kenny Biddle. Oh, Kenny, how's it going? Kenny, you're in here as well. How very unprofessional. Good job. Nice and simple. I mean, that's all you can say, really, isn't it? Candice says, a business owner should never come onto social media and bash their former employees, or even think about using the language utilised in this post.
That's exactly it. It's just unprofessional. You know, as a business owner, I would not go on, and yeah, I guess it's different, like a YouTube channel being your business, but at the same time, you know, I've got multiple channels now. I've got like 6 on the go at the minute. So I guess my business is made up of those channels, but if I had people like editors that worked for me, thumbnail designers and stuff, which I do, and you know, I would never, if I didn't like their work, I wouldn't go online and absolutely berate them. That's just stupid. That makes no sense at all, because it's not professional. You don't look good. I worked for a company when I was doing PE, right, physical education in schools and stuff. And if he went online, if my boss went online and started slating his former employees on the official page, like Instagram and Facebook page, it would look so unprofessional and it would turn people off. It would not make people want to come to your business. This is a post designed to try and get people back in, but it's doing the exact opposite. Like, people are so turned off from this place because of this new ownership and how poorly she conducts herself online, where they're like, this just isn't worth it anymore. This just isn't worth it. This house isn't what it was set out to be.
What did I say? It needs a manager. To be heard is one thing, but to bash on those who poured nothing but love and respect into the place, no thanks. 10 out of 10 will not recommend. I hope this house gets another owner who loves it like it truly deserves again soon. I mean, these comments just go on and on, guys. Just have a quick skim. Kristen, this woman has a master's in counselling and thinks this type of post is okay on a business page? Yikes. That is the thing. I said in my last statement video where I read out one of her posts, she's meant to be a lawyer? Not a very good one. That post sounded like she just sat down, typed it in a rage and pressed send. This sounds the same. You really need to read over things before you put it out. This sounds very, very bad. Like that first comment said, even worse than the first statement. So Kristen, somebody should send this to the state of Rhode Island and township of Berryville that she mentioned are protecting her business. Oh, good idea. Not that I believed she talked to the officials from either, but just to give them a heads up so they can get a cease and desist order to stop her from claiming they back her. That's a very good point, Kristen. That is a very good point. And
that's very political there.
Who are these supposed government officials who are talking shit?
Yeah.
And if they are, who cares? The place is ruined. Its reputation is gone. My advice to do this and that to make it work again? Should they just quit? Get rid of it? It's become an absolute joke. Well,
it has, and it's such a shame because a place so rich with history, if managed well, you know, could be a booming business, but also maintain the integrity of what the place is all about. It is the greatest haunted location in the world, apparently. You know, obviously that's, you know, subjective, because I could say that actually I'd rather go to Chillingham Castle, for example, which is equally as haunted, but a fraction of the price to get into. But if you lowered the price, you know, you could do it to $250 a head. All right, yes, it's a significant decrease, but it makes it more affordable for people. That's still a lot of money to go for a single night. In fact, you should probably lower it to sub $100 per night, per head, sorry, because you know you'd be packed out. You could maximize the capacity, and you could run maybe 2 events per night. Let's say 6 p.m. till midnight, midnight till 6 a.m. You could even have day sessions going on if you wanted to, where people can have just a walk around the house. I don't know, but that business model would be so much better. You'd get so many more people through the door. But it wouldn't destroy the integrity of the place. Because right now, it's just known as an overinflated attraction. That's all it really is. And it's just, people aren't interested in it anymore. It's lost its pizzazz. It's lost its wow factor.
Well, there we go, guys. There's a lot of comments all saying the same stuff. Basically like, WTF. What was that? So if you want to go and check out all of them, there's many more, look. They keep on going, they keep on going. Look at that candle, rest in peace. Rest in peace, that house. Is it done for? It seems so. I would have absolutely loved to have gone there, but I would never go there now. It's become an absolute joke. Like I called it before in one video, it's the content house. And now there's no content being able to be made there. It's just a house.
Yeah, that's exactly it. Because she's completely upset the wrong demographic, which is the demographic that she wanted to attract. So, what do you guys think? Let me know your thoughts and opinions down in the comments below. While you're down there, be sure to jump to get the hell out of that like button, subscribe if you're new, tick my little bell to get notified whenever we upload to the channel. And until next time, I'll speak to you later. Peace.